Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Bobble Pod with me, Mr. Bobble. I love that, Mr. Bobble, and I hope it's catching on to some degree. Before I begin, always to our listeners, subscribers, and to our new listeners, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. Today's episode is about the new social media app Threads, launched on July the 5th. So, if you haven't been aware yet, if you're an Instagram user, then a new app came out and everybody jumped on the bandwagon, as they say. To that, it reached 100 million new signups in the first 5 days over the first weekend, which makes it the fastest growing social media app ever in record in history to get to that number. But it was obviously helped by the fact that Instagram has 1 billion plus active users and it just went out to every Instagram user. So it's almost like 10% of Instagram users just flocked straight over to Threads. And it's come out of, if anyone isn't aware of, there's a little bit of a beef going on between Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg. Do you know what's going on, Cam?
I've seen bits and bobs. I don't really know the full details, but it's I've only seen little clippets really of it.
Well, they're scheduled to fight. I think it did get confirmed that they were dead serious about fighting each other in the octagon, which I think would be. I think Dana White said it, like they're dead serious about fighting and doing that fight, and I was like, but if it did, it would break box office records because that's a fight I'd want to watch. I'd want to see two billionaires in a ring fight each other out and see who wins. And I think because Zuckerberg does karate or whatever he does, or jiu-jitsu, I don't know. I think he'll have the edge. But then, Elon's got money, but then so does Zuckerberg. They could get a really good team behind them and make a spectacle of it. What they should really do is have a fight off in the ring, and whoever wins owns Twitter or Threads.
Now that would be a big, sort of down payment really, or bet.
Like whoever wins reigns supreme. So if Threads wins, then Zuckerberg reigns supreme. If Twitter wins, and Twitter reigns supreme, and he's got to shut down basically Threads, and he's got to shut down Twitter. I think there's more to lose for Elon Musk there after he bought out. But the stats on Twitter, if you look at them, actually are improving in terms of real profile views, in terms of things he'd done, the introduction he did into, specifically child safety on the platform that Twitter historically wasn't doing, which was a very controversial topic. And then everything that happened in the House of Congress and the Senate with the Twitter users and the polling systems and politics there. This is not what this podcast is about, but there's a lot that goes on with social media platforms that you just hear and read about to stay up to date. So, Threads. Callum, have you got Threads?
I do have Threads.
He does. Josh is, shaking his head. Oh, there's always one in the room, isn't there? So Threads, I got it straight away, just seeing what everyone's on about. I got messaged about it from the team. I was working on home on Thursday, and I thought, you know what? It's the evening. Let's go see what it's all about. I was seeing some memes and videos about it on LinkedIn specifically, so I downloaded it. So what is it? Is it a Twitter replacement? Well, Zuckerberg's not going to say that directly, but it seems to be a platform very similar to Twitter, essentially it is. However, it has some better features than Twitter specific, and we'll go through some of them shortly. So it works just like Twitter. It has functions in the platform just like Twitter in terms of it's a feed and then it's text-based posts. I think Twitter has other functions you can do specifically in terms of inbox and messaging, whereas, Threads is just you post, you can put video, images, longer form text, and you can see your profile and it links back to your Instagram bio. And in your bio, you get a code. That's your Thread code, specifically that people know that you're on Threads as well as Instagram. But it's really easy to connect to your Instagram, and it imports all your contacts in. And like I said, adds that link to your Instagram profile. So I decided doing some research, looked at some posts online, looked at some blogs online, and I came up with 7 things I think you need to know about Threads specifically. So I'm going to go through them now. So number 1, your audience is already there. So Threads crossed that 100 million user mark in less than a week after its launch, making it what we call the fastest growing app in history. So just think, why do I need to be on Threads? Well, everyone, if you're using Instagram or Meta or Facebook specifically, and you're targeting them organically or building your audience there, everybody who had a key profile or business profile or personal account jumped ship. Now, 100 million might not sound like a lot, but I guarantee you it's the 18th and that's the first weekend. If that hasn't doubled by now, I'd be surprised specifically. And it's new, it's fresh. So, people want to know, what is it all about? How do I want to get it? Always when a new social media platform comes out, there's always those early adopters, as you call it, as a product life cycle system that, go in and want to kind of like try and perfect it and then be the expert on Threads and do the blogs and articles and insights. And, it's you can see some of people adapting that and trying to build a new base. And because it's open platform, so you have your friends and followers, but anyone can see your post, not just your followers, you can get more organic reach. So I think for the first time from a Meta perspective, and this is one thing you notice about Threads, is it's opened up a new organic world from an audience perspective that you don't have to pay for. You can start posting, you can start engaging with customers on relevant topics, and it was just refreshing to see some of the content. I'll be honest with you, I haven't logged into it for a few days specifically because I'm still Instagram at heart and LinkedIn at heart specifically. So it'd be interesting to see how that works. But remember, your audience is already there. So if it's the same audience you're going after organically across Instagram and Facebook, it's the same audience. So make sure you are starting to introduce that as part of your offering or part of your social media strategy. And point two, second thing you need to know about Threads is you can write your heart out. I'm not sure if this is a good thing or a bad thing. Does that mean we're going to get more keyboard warriors? What do you think?
I would worry because I'm not a good reader anyway, but let alone if it's a very long read, will people switch off? That's the only thing. If it's a long read,
it's 500 characters long, so that's nearly double what Twitter offers. I think Twitter's 280 character limit, and they increased that from 140. So you've got 500 characters to express what you want in your thread post. They say longer post makes it easy to express a complete thought or tell more detailed stories without your followers having to dig through multiple posts to get all the information. But it just means more rants. And does that mean more space taken away on your mobile view specifically? So the good thing, and this is where, I was go through the 7 things you need to know about Threads. And on this second point is that you can write longer form content on it specifically. So, use it. I think it'd be good to kind of do, like if as Bobble Digital, what we're trying to do with strategy is maybe do little blog posts, like little like snippets of learnings where we can add a little bit more where we weren't really using Threads, and then hyperlink back from Threads to our website or to a key blog post. So do a synopsis almost like of a film of what's to come, what's to find out, and then leave the rest for them to go onto the website, onto the blog and find out what it is they're doing. Point 3, it's easy to interact with others. So interacting with others on Threads, simple, easy. If you're an active Instagram user, 3 of the 4 icons at the bottom of each thread will very look familiar. And that's the heart to like a post. So you'll see that on Instagram. So a lot of similarities from the Instagram kind of machine, platform, format, design, etc. And user experience, UX element has been brought into it. So you got the heart emoji, you got the quote bubble to kind of reply directly to a thread. On Instagram, that's tapping the icon, opens on the comment section. So very similar. A repost button, so that allows you to kind of either repost a thread directly to your Threads profile or quote the thread while adding something in. And then you got the paper airplane that everyone knows about on the bottom right, specifically, which allows you to share the post on another platform. You can tap this on the threads and post to your Instagram story or feed, even post it on Twitter. I thought that was very ironic. Why not post a thread on Twitter? I was like, oh, they're taking the Michael here a little, aren't they? But, or you can copy and paste the link from clicking on that little airplane, like letter send, and share via other means, such as LinkedIn. So again, third key thing is very easy to interact with. They kept the user profile, user experience, UX model very similar to Instagram so that people won't have to relearn something. And you'll notice that a lot of it's very similar to what we have right now. The other key element that you need to know about Threads is cross posts. So from Threads to Instagram in a snap. So Threads is basically Instagram's new what we call BFF. So Meta's made it very simple and easy to connect both the two networks super easy. You can add your own post or any public thread to your Instagram story. You can, again, click on the airplane button on the thread, select add to story, and Instagram will launch automatically from there. You can edit the post and share it directly to your followers. So if you want to create something with Threads, post elements, sharing on Instagram becomes a lot more easier. Then obviously you've got the sharing from Instagram to your Facebook automatically anyway. So if you've got those two synced up. So once you share from Threads to Instagram, it's already on Facebook as well specifically, and it gives you more control of the edit element. So that's another key element that you probably need to know about specifically. One element that you can't do, and this is a bit of a sidestep, is you can't, like on Instagram, you can go to click on the profile icon in the bottom right and you can switch between different profiles you manage. So right now I can switch between myself and Bobble Digital and other accounts that I manage. You can't do that on Threads. You have to log out and log in as Bobble Digital to get to Threads and post on Threads. You can't have multiple user access. I hope they introduce that soon. I'm pretty sure they will introduce that soon. So people that manage multiple thread platforms will allow you to switch between the two. But you can't when you're in the Threads app specifically split between the two. So that's one thing you need to consider and take into consideration. Point 5, if you're verified on Instagram, you will be verified on Threads. So if your Instagram profile and you're an influencer, content creator, or a verified profile, whether you're a celebrity or whoever you are, or a verified company profile, and you've got the blue tick or verified element of the Instagram account, you'll automatically be verified on Threads. You don't have to go through a specific process to now get verified on Threads and build your following up, etc., etc. So people already know who the authentic post is. And I think that was a good thing, because imagine being verified and then someone else pretends to be you and creates a new account and they get the following and they get the verification on Threads. That would be a killer. So if you're verified on Instagram, be verified on Threads. So what is point 6 of what you need to know about Threads? Dodge fake or copycat accounts. I actually really like that they've given everyone a unique number on Threads. So what you can do is to avoid copycat accounts and fake accounts, and you want to see if someone's real or someone's posting and not a troll, basically, or keyboard warrior. You can use their Instagram profile to confirm their identity on Threads before interacting with them on Threads specifically. So the thread code goes on your bio and your profile. We'll get Josh on the YouTube side of things to kind of like showcase it, and we'll showcase mine. So if anyone wants to follow me on Threads or Bobble Digitals, we'll use that one as a self-harmless promotion, won't we? So again, I think that's good, because I think the biggest problem with Twitter, the biggest problem with a lot of platforms is fake accounts, fake followers, fake contacts, bots basically in the accounts, creating all these fake elements. We had a company come up to us and review their social media, and we noticed straight away the same people posting again the same things, very bot-like, very automated, specific, very Russian or Chinese kind of post to a local company in Leeds. I'm like, well, what's the connection with the geolocation? Kind of shows that actually 25% of their followers were fake. So they're like, oh, we've got 10,000 followers. I was like, actually 25% of them look to be fake to us specifically. So you got to clear out the riffraff. And if you are following people are following you, you can see who's real and who's fake. And I think that's a good kind of identity code. And the final element in terms of what you need to know about Threads is you can enjoy endless scrolling without ads. I know, shocker, a digital marketing agency owner who does social media advertising is happy that there's no ads on a social media platform for a change. It will eventually come through where you'll start seeing sponsored threads. I'm pretty sure in the back end of Meta Business Suite, Business Facebook Manager, what it used to be, there'll be a feature where you click Facebook, Instagram, Audience Network, and Messenger. There'll be threads as well. specifically, and it'll start popping in feed threads, basically, where you'll be able to promote and get, specific postings. They're already working on that. They haven't confirmed that, but I guarantee you, once they hit that 100 million followers and users, I guarantee you the ad people and the revenue people at Meta are thinking, we need to monetize that 100 million, get money from companies, and introduce our following. But what ramifications does that have for other media platforms? Does that make Meta more of a superpower? Does that make Meta more of a, monopoly? Zuckerberg once came out saying, "No, we're not the big, we're not the monopoly. We're not the biggest player in the market." It was like, well, hang on, let's take a stock for a second. You've got Facebook with 1 billion plus users. You've got Instagram with 1 billion plus users. You now own WhatsApp. You own Facebook Messenger, which used to be, which is now integrated into Instagram and Facebook Messenger. You now launch a Twitter, rival Threads with already 100 million plus users on there. So yeah, they do dominate the ad space in terms of ad revenue. Only competed by really who? TikTok and Google. And I won't put TikTok in the same bracket as Google or Meta yet, because Meta is just more of a conglomerate. And LinkedIn I'd put in the same bracket as TikTok, because it does get revenue, but it's more of a B2B channel. So the two biggest digital ad revenue generators globally will be Meta and Google. Specifically, they're the two main ones. If we go down and look into the details of what our core services are, it's predominantly what we're delivering because clients can be between Meta and Google. And Google can be split into services organically for SEO as well as the paid elements as well. Okay, Google doesn't make anything from the SEO side of things, but, they're monopolies. It's them two specific players in the market. And does this make, does this give an unfair competitive advantage to Meta against other players in the market that are trying to compete and gain traction? So although endless scrolling without ads is a good thing, and it doesn't have it in, so you can enjoy uninterrupted scrolling for now, it will come in because, they're going to introduce it. They want to make money from it. They've probably invested a lot of development time and work integrating this platform. And now that they've got 100 million users, it's a recognized social media platform overnight. It's an overnight, success. But that comes from the fact that they had the Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp following previously. So it gives them an unfair advantage, in my opinion. It's still early days, but it does have more features than Twitter, so you can see the appeal. It will be interesting to see how they incorporate the ads and targeting elements, etc., into it, but I'm pretty sure it'll work exactly as it is now. It'll just be a placement element. So Threads, a new social media platform. I guess we'll see how it develops over the next couple of months. As we get more updates, and this is the beauty of the Bubble Pod, in terms of new features, new elements, and I start talking about it. If they do start introducing ads, I guarantee you I will do a podcast about how you can do ads and how it works in with wider Meta, Business Suite, etc., and what you can do. I guarantee you more development's going to work because you've got companies like Hootsuite that now allow you to post on multiple platforms. They'll be considering Threads. So Threads is the new player to the market. A lot more integration is going to happen with wider platforms in terms of how you post organically, how you will be posting from a paid perspective. So take that into consideration. So that wraps up this episode, a quick 20-minute recording, giving you an update of a new app. I didn't do it straight away. I wanted to wait to get a bit of insights, read what people are seeing, get some 7 key elements out there for you to kind of share and understand. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. Our next podcast, we have a special guest from the MD of a sports team, talking about sports branding, how to build a sports brand from scratch. But I'll get into more details on that on the next episode next week. And don't forget to like, follow, subscribe if you're on YouTube. I forgot to say that at the start, hello, YouTube. Don't forget to click on the notification button. And don't forget to tag us at Bobble Digital using the hashtags #Mr. Bobble, #AskBobble, or #BobblePod. If you want to get in touch with us, drop us a message, feel free to do so. Thank you for listening, and we'll catch you on the next episode.